Hey, Smarty Pants! Too often the holidays, with all the gift-giving parties and travel expenses, are a financial version of a crazy night out that leads to a long, regret-filled hangover. It is easy to overspend during December and end up with a pile of debt that can take months or even years to pay off, but it doesn't have to be that way. With a little planning and budgeting, you can enjoy the holidays without breaking the bank. Hey, I'm Kate the Money Librarian. I believe too many smart people feel dumb about money, so let's change that. If you're tired of being stressed out about money despite making a good income, be sure to subscribe. Here's the most important thing you can do to not blow up your budget this holiday season. You can have one. Set a holiday spending budget. This is the Bruce Springsteen to the rest of this list's E Street Band, which is to say the rest of the list is incredible. But there's no substitute for determining your holiday spending budget, and these really work best together, like Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band. This is kind of your North Star. It really isn't hard to do. I know you think like, oh, budget's scary. You're a smarty pants. You got this, okay? You can do this. Even if your holiday budget is pretty tight, for gifts, it really is the thought that counts. Having this restriction on how much you can spend often leads to better, more thoughtful gifts that the recipients will love. Do you make unplanned purchases that strain your finances and leave you feeling guilty after? Pretty sure that means you're human, so luckily for you, I have created a guide with 15 clever strategies to help you curb impulse spending year-round and have way more to spend on things you love. Click that link in the description. Before you start shopping, figure out how much you can afford to spend. Be realistic about your income and expenses, and don't forget to factor in other holiday costs such as travel and food. Once you know how much you have for gifts in total, the second thing you're going to do is you're going to list out everyone you will be buying a present for and estimate how much you want to spend on them. This not only keeps you in budget, but makes sure that the people who are really a priority to you are being treated as such. And I can hear you right now, but how can I stay on budget? Track every dollar I spend? Ew, that sounds exhausting and I have enough to do. I got you. One idea for how to stick to a holiday budget: put this amount on a gift card. Use this gift card whenever you have to buy the holiday stuff. Once the money is gone, it's gone. And if you don't want to do that, literally just keep track in your notes app, in another app you might find, in a notebook. It doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be complicated. It just needs to help you stick to your holiday budget. So those are the Springsteen ideas. Have a budget, make a list, stick to the budget. But he is best when he is with the E Street Band. So here's a bunch of other brilliant ideas to help you avoid holiday debt and save money over the holidays. First off, gift giving doesn't have to be the Wild West. Be explicit with friends and families. Create boundaries for holiday spending with all the people that you're going to exchange with. One idea is to set up a family or friends gift exchange. Instead of a dozen people having to buy 11 gifts for everybody, start a gift exchange. Each person buys for just one other person. No one knows who has who. You put your list of items out that you'd like, and you just buy items from the list for other people. It saves time, it saves money, it saves hassle. Downside, fewer presents. But upside, fewer items that get returned or bought to the thrift store, and way less time wasted buying stuff for all those people. The second thing you can do in order to create boundaries for holiday spending is agree to spending ranges with your friends and family. Explicitly come to an agreement about a range you can spend on each other and say, okay, once we're within that range, you stop buying. One of the reasons why people overspend during the holidays is that they spend until they hit that top limit. Don't do that. Have a range. And then don't be that person who spends over the limit. Please, you need to make it okay for low ranges if appropriate. Remember, no one wants to admit that maybe they're hard up for cash or they're struggling right now. And oftentimes people will use this as an excuse to prove they're doing fine by buying extravagant presents that they can't afford, which is really just cutting off your nose to spite your face. When you find things that you want to buy for yourself, because one of the ways we overspend in the holidays is we end up buying for ourselves, send it to someone who wants to buy you a present. The second big E Street Band way to stay within your holiday budget this year is to stay on track. So like I mentioned, tracking what you're actually spending, setting up a budget and then tracking it. But some other good ways to do this, to stay on track with your holiday budget, is to limit the amount of time that you're going to shop. So if you're going online or in store, shop before you have a meeting or appointment, which will force you to leave the store or the website within a certain time period. This time pressure will keep you focused and reduce the likelihood that you meander and buy more stuff. Remember, the job of the store, the job of websites is to get you to buy more stuff, and they are really good at their job, so you need to resist. Secondly, and this may sound insane, okay, follow me here, don't use credit cards. Using credit cards can make it really easy to overspend as you're not paying with cash. If you must use a credit card, make sure you pay off the balance in full every single month to avoid interest charges. But if you know you're the kind of person who thinks of credit card money as sort of like fun money and are likely to overspend, try not using credit cards. Do try using that gift card method that I mentioned. And the third E Street Band way, and I love this one so much. I think these are excellent ideas for like super high quality gifts at very reasonable prices. You can spend less and get more. First off, shop around. Don't just buy the first thing you see. Compare prices at different stores and online to get the best deals. I'm often a last minute shopper, and that's really not good for your holiday budget. So starting early, take it from me, will allow you to shop around, get the best price. Consider low-priced homemade gifts. Gifts don't have to be expensive. There are plenty of thoughtful and affordable gifts that you can make. If you have a particular homemade treat or baked good that you make, like that you're known for, or if you're really crafty, whatever crafts you make, go to a dollar store or thrift store, pick up some cute tins, festive bags to give them out in. And here's the two that I love the most, and I think you really get the most bang for your buck. First off, you can get unique and inexpensive holiday gifts by shopping at vintage and thrift stores. Not only can you find inexpensive, one-of-a-kind items, but you're being environmentally responsible by reducing the trash put out into the world. I have, on more than one occasion, come across things like shirts that just looked like something my friends would wear. One of which was a poop emoji tank, because my friends are awesome. You can find like retro Garfield drinking cups, fancy unused candles, like bonkers belt buckles. You never know what you're gonna find at the thrift store. The other thing that people really need to do to save money and give amazing gifts is to shop locally. Your town probably has a store where local artists sell their wares, probably a few of these types of stores. Not only are you supporting your neighbors' livelihoods and local artisans, you can actually spend less money and get a better gift. How? Because items from local shops are rare on a national scale. You can't get them on Amazon. These types of gifts make the recipient feel personally appreciated. And again, it's all about the thought of the gift, right? It's, as they say, the thought that counts. A handcrafted mug, an artist map of your town, a hand-printed t-shirt, kitchen towel, hat with a funny local saying, whatever it is. All of these things are more meaningful to the recipient, but may only cost between like $15 and $50. So I've given you a bunch of strategies to avoid holiday debt, but to really equip yourself with the knowledge to conquer holiday debt and avoid falling into the same traps year after year, watch my other video where you'll discover the hidden emotional triggers that drive excessive shopping and spending during the holidays, and you'll learn how to navigate these challenges with confidence. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. I really want to know, like, what are you going to use from this list? Do you have any other ideas to save money during the holidays? Please let me know in the comments. Cheers.